quarter cable, yeah, 10-inch. It's a little short tabletop thing, but I'm just doing re-drilling of holes here. And that might not want to come off. Why is that only moving that far? I want that to be around the right side. Might have to redo these bolts. Well, they're metric inches. It doesn't say that this has to be in a particular way before it goes on. This part should be movable though. There we go. Now, yeah, whoop, there we go. Now that comes off. This can go on. Line up there. I know this stuff works. Nobody clipped that. That is not as far in as it should be. There we go. That was the problem. So that's going up. Bonk. Oh yeah, I have to do this first, because it won't slide over that end. They don't make that super duper clear in the instructions. There we go. Makes sense though. I think it's the only way to do that, actually. because you can't engage the threads with this chunk here in the way. So I think that was the only way to do that. All right, that did. Palooza might be right. We might need to impact that a little bit. Hey, Signivator, how you doing? So we're gonna have a little bit of wibble there, wibble wobble, until we lock it down with this guy, and then we're good. I do not love this mechanism. See how that slides? Okay, we want to go all the way around one way, we can do that. I need that. Precision manufactured, this is not, but it will do the job. Okay. Okay, then it's just like put the head on. And do that over the direct leg support. Also, hi LiDAR, how you doing? I mean, Porter cable's usually all right. Precision engineering at its finest. Wobble, 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 wobble. Now, why do we have two screws here? Yeah. It's just two set screws. Two is better than one, I guess. Every time I go to the garage, I'm outdoors. If you want to come up with a better category for someone doing house renovations that does frequently work outdoors to be in, feel free to let Twitch know. But as the first thing you've ever said in the channel, perhaps you might want to maybe introduce yourself, say hi. Let people know if you're interested in what's going on. You might find that works out better for you than coming in with a criticism. look at that. Watch how that bends away as you turn it. That is. Oh, okay. Then you're going to come in with a demand and tell me how to run my stream. I see how it is. Installing the chuck. Clean all mating surfaces with non-petroleum based product, such as alcohol or lacquer thinner. Well, I expect that trolls, like I understand that trolls are generally out to get attention. And the easiest way to get attention in a way that they can be sure of, yeah, you would clean with stuff I don't have. Unlock the table lock handle. Rotate away from the bottom of the chuck, insert the chuck into the spindle, pushing all the way up. Oh, it's just a friction fit. It's freaking amazing. Okay, now that's going. Hammer. There's hammer. Small piece of wood. There's wood. Seems good. I think we're about done. They're like, you can fasten directly to the table. No, money comes from viewers, Kruger. There. Spindle quill. It looks like, oh, there. Partially, that is the only place I get funding. So, wow, that is not much drilling. Okay, and this has to come all the way up. So, LiDAR, what did you use the laser to mark? That's the table. There. We might set this on the floor to do the actual cutting, but I think we're about good to go. Oh, wait, forgot the laser. Where do these batteries go? The quill. The quill. This did have a definition page. I have a chuck. Quill return coil spring. That's that. Why would you need to line this up to anything? Or, okay, no, the quill is just the, yeah. They don't label it as such. They call that the arbor. Oh, right, batteries. Easily distracted. Really? Batteries in there? Wow, shot shoot. Okay, so we definitely should be on this side. Oh, it's upside down. Their diagram is not accurate. When those batteries die, I will absolutely forget that that's where they are. There. Okay. That's a good working height, but I don't love that. So while I'm figuring out what to do about that, we'll get everything else cleaned up. But then I can't return it when I'm done using it. Lol, 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 lol. Saves a transformer. You know, I could bring it up here, do all my cutting work up here, and then they're not too bad. I think that would make the most sense because I'm going to be having to cut stuff upstairs. And I get a more stable table, and I get a bigger work surface. Cool. That's fine. More receipts. Tile bucket. Could someone put on my to-do list that I should actually get a bucket for my tile stuff? Please? I still haven't gotten a replacement handle. Someone also put on my to-do list again, get a replacement handle for the miter saw, please. Hey, look what I haven't been able to find for a while. Thank you. Caffeine, sugar, crackers. And this, I think, is long expired. Gift from DeFrizzle. I do keep all my gift tags, if not in perfect condition. Oh, I still need to look into what's wrong with the washer too. There we go, paper towel. I did, and I had 2 of them yesterday. My skin is gonna hate me for it. Okay, I think, other than getting it plugged in, that's about set up. Oh, I had a lot more than 3 donuts. I could, but I don't wanna. It does. Still don't know where I want to put those. I think the piece I need to cut down is upstairs. And so what I did with my electrical panel, nope, I think I got this. Yeah, we'll grab that. We'll grab these. We'll grab this. And we should be able to cut down the piece that I need to cut down now. Oh, we'll need at least a couple of clamps too. I think one of them is downstairs still. Not those clamps. Yeah, there's one there. Let's see if I can find another. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing? I do actually need 2 clamps. Might be one of the cabinets. Nasty caramel. Nasty caramel. You mean the caramel centers with the peanuts on the outside? That are in fact the best drumsticks? You mean they only had these ones? Vanilla and caramel with the peanuts and the caramel? I found the one and then I didn't grab the other, and I need both. That's those. Here's the piece I want to cut down. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing? So, that is the wrong side. I get to cut an IKEA cabinet down to size today. And to do that, I bought another smaller IKEA cabinet that I could take the bottom out from. And we're going to measure how deep those holes need to go with this guy. Zero that, get a Sharpie. There we go. I think the whole piece is only like, how thick is the whole piece? The whole piece is only 3/4, so the hole can't be 3/4 deep. .1 millimeters. So if we go 14 millimeters deep, we'll be good. And because I spent a lot of time fussing over this, I already know that this is a 15, that's a 5. .15 millimeter diameter hole. Now these guys are 10 millimeters. Is it? I'm gonna check that now. Three-quarters of 1 inch is 19.05 times 0.75. It's 14.28. You're actually pretty close. And this is probably going to be the same depth. Yeah, that's the same depth. But this depth is not as important because that is used to have the feet inserted. And as long as the feet can go in to full depth here, then it's okay. So we're gonna measure how tall this thing is. That is 11.5 millimeters. So 14 is probably okay. But they don't ever actually go that deep, so whatever. Okay. Now for my cabinets, they all need to be cut down by 2 inches, the two that I'm working on today, which means I need to be able to re-drill these holes or I can't reassemble them. And you can see that it cuts off part of this, but not all of this. If I was going like 3.5 inches over, then I wouldn't have had to have bought an extra cabinet to cut down, because I could just cut this off and use this as my template, but that is what it is. So we're gonna go over to the table saw and we're gonna mark a little shy of 2 inches. We're gonna go like 1 and 15/16. And I'm marking that a little shy because I don't know how well that marker will stain, and I don't want anything left over even if it's on the bottom after I make my cut. So I'm gonna look for my blue tape. I was using it outside. And it won't still be outside. Did I actually put it away? I wouldn't think I would actually put it away, but I did. Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna be trying to make a video out of this, so I'm gonna a little over narrate stuff. I need to cut mine 2 inches back, but I don't know how well the Sharpie is gonna stain it, and I don't want anything left as a mark on the cabinet after, even if it's on the bottom, because I'm just a little fussy that way. So I marked it. Yeah, that is the wrong edge. Let's do that again. Thank you, Matt. Viewer from my Twitch chat pointed out I was gonna cut the wrong edge. So I will mark this on the correct edge, 1/16 of an inch shy, so that even after I cut this off, I don't have, you know, that. I don't think that's gonna go away. Not very well anyway. But this is basically just so I know where I want to put my blue tape. And I will set the actual dimension with the table saw. I also want to have a quick look at this thing that I already cut down, and that shows me that the underside here, the side that's under when I'm cutting, not the actual bottom of the cabinet, but the side that's under when I'm cutting, gets the worst finish. So I'm going to make sure that the finish side is up. Nice thing to find out by having a little bit of scrap here. And we're going to measure this as best I can to 2 inches on this side of the blade. Because I want to cut off 2 inches, I don't want to keep 2 inches. Yeah, and you speak again of things that went away with the fire. It's really easy to forget about which side of the blade you want to measure to. So if you're doing cabinet cut downs, pay special attention to that. What color is it, Dizzy? You could also do it with a hand circular saw. You would definitely want a straight edge for it, but you could do it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do before I actually make this cut is drill these holes in where the hardware and the dowels go through a little bit deeper. And that way I don't have to make another template. You know, I could take the other end of the cabinet that I cut in half to make this template and just cut off a little strip so that I could have just the hardware and then use that as a template, stick it on the end. But it's easier for me, I think, to just find a drill bit that fits more snugly than that. A little bit more snugly than that. Now that is pretty snug. So I can drill this a little bit deeper than where it is going to get cut off to, and then I'll know exactly where these are. And then later on I can come back to here, measure the depths, and I will be able to drill these in a little bit deeper. But for that, I need my drill, which might be here. Thank you, LiDAR. LiDAR is 100% correct. It helps keep the board in better condition. Now these are the sort of thing where, because they don't actually interfere with any of the other holes, you can't really over drill them too much. But I like to try to do a good job. And you guys let me know if I'm working out of frame here. All right, so I've drilled these in. They should all be deep enough that when I cut this strip off, I'll still have where they are here, and then I can drill them to the proper depths after. Looks pretty good. And which way did I want to do that? I wanted to do that good side up. I suppose if I had wanted to, I could have taken this bit and then ripped it down again to get where these holes need to go, but this should be just fine. And now I have my bottom piece that is 2 inches less wide. I've got a fairly nice clean cut along there. And the bottom is still a bit chipped up, but not too bad. Nailed it. We will have to also, oh, one of them didn't get through far enough. So, I guess we can rip this down again. Actually, no. I will cut down the back first. Get 2 inches extra off of the back piece, and then we can move the fence. Because I have a pretty exact 2 inches right now. I know, LiDAR. It's a pretty fine-tooth blade. I'm gonna say at least 60. Downstairs. Wait and see. Stick around, friend. That's the exciting part at the end. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Well, now because I did a bit of a slapdash job, wait for the vacuum to stop. Now because I did a bit of a slapdash job, I was lazy when I was taping. I get to take this tape off here like that. And I need to enlarge and embiggen, increase the size of that notch so the hardware can still fit. And I just want to mark about how far in I need to go. Except I want to do that on the other side. Nope. I don't want to just come in 2 inches there. This is 2 and almost 3/8 or 3/16. Yeah, I can just come in 2 inches here. But of course, I marked it on the wrong side, so we'll mark it on this side. Okay, then I can slide this over by the width that I need here. So if I had a flat curved blade there, that would have been perfect. Lol. That's my excuse. Nailed it. Wrong hole, but still nailed it. Okay, so the back is done. And I'm done with my exact 2-inch measurement. In any what? Any port in a storm. Now I can come back along here and cut this back down a little bit further so I have an easy template to attach and get these holes to line up. Let's make sure this is pretty close to the same distance. This length I don't really care about, just as long as it's the same. So it'll feed through the table easily. Can someone please put Get a new throat guard on my to-do list. Yeah, I'm fine. We can edit that part out. Good thing we're done with the table saw for today. Bit of a jump, but you know, this is life. Will do. It was mostly locked. Well, that's what you get for not being around, Kruger. I'm just trying to see what caught. Oh. You are correct. Well, next time I'll get out my gripper. Okay, I guess I should get another push stick too. We'll just put this back on so it looks like nothing happened. We're not going to use it like this. That does mean I can only do the one cabinet today, though. And we'll get this guy. This is the one that doesn't go through far enough, so we'll get this guy. And now the table is a workbench. Yay! Okay, so I want to get these clamped together as close to perfect as possible. So that I can finish drilling the holes through. That's pretty good. And let's check the, well, I just need to get the one hole started. This one. Nope. I mean, it can be now, but it was not what I intended to do. All right, now I've got all these holes started, and I can still use that as a template if I want to, I guess. I just need to find out how deep they all go. I got 27 millimeters there, and this one just has to go to there. So I can do 3 of them. 227, and I can mark on on my new template which ones. Here, here, and here, down to 27 millimeters. And I'm curious to see if that is, like, that is super duper overkill, so it's probably the same as that. And it's not even close, that's 42. It's probably the same as where that goes before this hole is drilled. And I am correct. So that hole, this hole here, goes only right to this edge here, and so does this one, and then this hole gets drilled after. Off. Okay, let's get the GoPro battery. Thank you, Daniel. It's hard to tell the caffeine from the adrenaline right now, Paloozer. Okay, so where's my calipers? I'll pull these out to 27. Maybe 28. There. Oof. And I'm going to go from not the very tip, but from where it is a complete cut. And we'll do like that. So now I can finish drilling these holes in. We're not doing countertops today, Daniel. That does not look like it lined up very well. So we're gonna slide this one down a little bit. All right, we'll hope that that works out nicely. Now the fun part. We get to clamp these two on top of each other as exactly lined up on this front edge as I can. and in such a way that I can still drill these 3 holes with this bit. This is a 15mm Forstner bit that I actually cut the tip off of because I want it to be flat bottom. The countertops will be the same everywhere. I am having fun. I'm doing something new. So these cabinets are not exactly the same width. They either came out of a different run or a different factory. They are close to exactly the same width, but they are not quite exactly. What are you talking about? Who's saying such mean things? Hand's a little bit sore. Caught that on the finger just a bit. We'll need to get this plugged in. Cool. That was on. That's just a laser. Oh, it's not even a laser, it's just a light. Hi, Magpie. Oh, Magpie is nesting. Picking up twigs. I wonder where it's going to build the nest. Last year, they built a nest in this tree, and it looks like it's still mostly there. Okay. And we're gonna give that a clean with some Windex before we get going here. I don't want to get machine grease on the facing side of the cabinet. When it comes to things like, have you decided this yet? Have you decided that yet? If you haven't heard me make a lot of noise about what I'm doing, I haven't made that decision. It'll have to be some kind of quartz, but beyond that, I have no idea. Monday is carpet day. Okay, I might actually put a couple of pieces of blue tape. I am nailing that all over the place today. On top of here. Just to try to protect the finish from scratches. And you know what I might actually do first is drill these through. So that blows that out in the back pretty bad, but that's okay.